Monday Night Wars podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Monday Night Wars. It is December 8th, 1997, and we are live with WCW Nitro at the Marine Midland Arena in Buffalo, New York. I am your host, Scott, with your other host, Joseph, and we got your hosts, Tony Schiavone, Bobby Heenan, and Mike tonight. Joseph, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a beautiful day outside. We've had a lot of cold weather lately, beautiful. But it's nice and like it's breezy, but not too cold and sunny. Mm-hmm. So it's a nice day, man.
We have what is called here Thule fog, and we've had it for like 2 weeks, and it is currently 41 degrees.
Nice. I actually love the cold. I love the cold, so I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, it's been cold, man. No rain, but it's been cold, and so we got that going for us. But I will say, going back to our hosts, we don't have Larry Zbyszko. We've been told that he's taking some time off to focus on his match with Eric Bischoff. And boy, aren't we excited for that one, Joseph.
Oh, we are ecstatic.
But before we can get there, we got to get through a couple of weeks of Nitro. So let's get going, because we start off with Ray Traylor versus Conan. And what time did I have on this? 5 minutes, 30 seconds, because the website don't care about Nitro anymore. No. No one's tracking the time. So I am tracking the times, but I'm not accurate. So I just kind of look and go, yeah, that was about 5 minutes, 30 seconds. So that's what it was, Joseph. Tell me about it.
Commentary finally questions why Ray Traylor keeps going at it alone. We've been asking this personally for months. Makes no sense. During the match, lights go out. They take forever to come back on, and Conan is knocked out, so Traylor takes the pinfall win, and he is confused as to what happened. This is obviously alluding to Sting. I'm giving this a B because we're finally getting some Sting action, and they will carry this through the night, and I think they miss more times than they win on it, but I will explain as we get through the night.
Yeah, again, they're doing the thing we want, but they're going to do it poorly. So why do we ask for anything? I don't know. But I also noted, I timed the darkness. I went back and I timed it because I was like, that's a lot of time. It was a minute.
Yeah.
It was a full minute, which on TV is like an eternity. And I also wrote down what you wrote about the announcers are, WCW is interesting, where the announcers, I feel like a lot feel like they have to justify poor booking.
Yeah.
Like they know it's bad, so they have to tell you why it's like, oh, this is all the plan. Like you and I have been screaming about the Ray Traylor thing. It's like, oh, why is he going alone? Clearly someone realized that this was dumb. And so now they're trying to do something about it. So good, but it's not going to be good. And speaking of not good, your favorite, the Flock is here. And they're in their usual seats.
Without Raven, though.
Where is he?
We never find out.
Who cares?
Yeah.
What booking?
Commentary makes a really big point on it, and we never find out.
Again, commentary's like, seems like it should be a storyline. But we don't have a storyline. And speaking of bad, because it keeps going, we've got the Barbarian. Okay. All versus Mongo. Yeah. Come on. It's over, Mongo. 4 minutes, Joseph. Tell me.
A slow and plodding match sees Mongo win with the tombstone. Then Jimmy Hart argues with him, so Mongo punches him. Meng runs and attacks Mongo, and though Mongo fights back a little bit, Meng locks in the Tongan death grip, and that's it. I gave it a C.
There you have it. I mean, we did get a Tongan death grip, which I do enjoy. But Mongo, get back on commentary. We like you on commentary. We were just having this conversation. It should be Bobby Heenan, Mike Tenay, and Mongo. We're done with Shivani. We are tired of Shivani. He's like, Joseph and I hate on baseball. We watch a lot of baseball. We're baseball guys. You can tell by Joseph's hat. We're big baseball guys. And there is nothing we hate more than a homer announcer on commentary.
Yeah.
I just want to hear the game. Just tell me the game. I mean, we were spoiled by listening to Vince Scully for most of our childhood, but Vince Scully, you wouldn't know he was a Dodger announcer if he was not the Dodger. Like, if you were just put in, like, I don't think you'd know that because he tells stories about both teams.
Mm-hmm.
He gave you the game, but he also just told you stories about the teams and everything. I found it, Vince Scully made it very difficult for me to hate the San Francisco Giants. Well, I hate them as a team, but individual players, I found it very difficult.
Yeah.
Because I hated Angel Pagan. And then Vince Scully tells me a story about how Angel Pagan grew up in the poor part of Puerto Rico. His mom was apparently a national softball player for Puerto Rico, taught him everything he knew. Lovely story. And I'm like, no, I can't hate Angel Pagan. Thanks, Vin. You know, they had a third baseman, McGee. He wasn't particularly very good, but Vin was telling me about how he had a child with Down syndrome and he plays for that child. And I was like, I don't want the team to win, but I do want, get a single, man. You're like, I want you to stay out.
Yeah.
I want you to stay employed, bro. I want you to
just
be able to feed your son. Like, I want you to win, bro. Tony Schiavone is a homer commentator where he is supporting the team because that's all he talks about. He finds ways to justify every dumb thing, and it's annoying. It's getting on our nerves.
It'll be exemplified if we ever get there because we have no idea because Peacock is getting everything off of their service. So we don't know if we'll get there.
It's over.
But the biggest example of that is when he does the spoils mankind's future title win. He knew it was wrong. He knew in that moment it was wrong. And in that moment, he should have taken a stand, said, we're not doing that. That's Bush League. We are not doing that. If you want someone else to do it, fine, but I am not doing that. And instead, because he's a homer, and he does this in AEW too. This is not like, this is one of those things where like listening to him in AEW and listening to him in WCW just makes me dislike him more and more and more. I think commentary in AEW is a travesty all around. I think the whole table is bad.
You hate Excalibur, which
Excalibur
love that guy.
Is one of the most annoying commentators ever in the history of wrestling. But that's a whole other story. We're not going to get into that. Anyways, but yeah, Shivani is just like everything we do is great. Everything that, that they do is bad, blah, blah, blah. And to be fair, there is tribalism on both sides. We're not going to pretend that there isn't. It obviously goes both ways. But like, I love listening to Mike Tenay because Mike Tenay just calls the match. I mean, he just calls the match. It's and then the chatter is the people around him, which is what it's supposed to be. Like, I want the chatter from the wrestling minds, not from the play-by-play guy. The play-by-play guy is the play-by-play guy. That's what his job is. And so it's just frustrating. It's frustrating to listen to him. The more that I go in, I know what we're saying is like this is like how dare you guys? Because Tony Schiavone is one of those like hallowed names, but like, no, he's not that good. He just isn't. He's not Jim Ross. He's just not even on the same fucking level. And I personally think he's not better than Mike Tenay. I really enjoy listening to Mike Tenay. I just think he's got a good way of doing things. Now, I'm not taking into account all of his TNA years because I don't have all that knowledge with me. I watched it here and there, but yeah, Tony Schiavone is just a fucking ear sore.
Yeah, I know. As you said, it's sacrilegious to say that, but we're getting tired of him.
Yeah,
we're watching a lot of Nitro guys, and it's getting a little annoying. And I will tell you, first, I got to thank you for going on that rant there because I was having a hair emergency and I got to fix it while you were doing that.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. But yeah, Tony Schiavone, he's not as good as Jim Ross, and I don't think he's as good as Mean Gene, who brings out Disco Inferno to talk about Jacqueline because we need to continue that storyline. Tell me
Mhm.
about it, Joseph.
I hate this. This is my last note on this. I'm just going to go with first. This is a complete waste of time. Mean Gene says that everyone thinks that it was an embarrassment that he lost to a woman. Even alludes to the guys don't know when he goes to the bathroom which bathroom he's going to use, which is like, why would losing to a woman make you? I don't know. That's like it's. Unfortunately, we have some '90s stuff that we have to get through, and this is very '90s. Uh, and then Disco, like Disco's just bad on the mic in general. He's not good on the mic. So his justification for everything is like Mean Gene says, you said it was a no-win situation, but here's the thing that people feel about you. And then Disco's first response is, we all know that was a no-win situation. It's like, no, Mean Gene took that from you. You're supposed to say something new. And you just said the same
Mhm,
exact thing. And then he goes on a little
mhm.
rant that's useless. Like I said, this is a complete waste of time. This is worse, I think, than the minute of literally nothing happening in darkness, because this is however many minutes it is of like just watching a train wreck. And so I gave it an F. Did not like it.
Yeah, it's the story needs to end because it wasn't good to begin with. After that, though, we get more Mean Gene from the break, and this time he's with Buff the Stuff Bagwell, and he's here to talk about the match he had with Lex,
Mhm.
and that there's going to be a rematch tonight. And he has a line that I actually laughed out loud about because it was so dumb. But I'll let you talk, Joseph, and I'll tell you the line.
Okay, because I'm not sure if I have the line, but I do actually like this promo. Uh, Buff says for years he's heard about Lex Luger, but last week Lex Luger showed him nothing, even though Lex Luger beat him. It's classic heel delusion. I love it. He says he himself was kept down by WCW, and now it's time for him to step up to the plate. So if Lex is 1/100th of the man he says he is, he will face him tonight. So he challenges Lex. This is great from Buff. We haven't really seen him do anything other than just kind of be an annoyance in the NWO, um, which is fine. That's his role. I'm not criticizing him, but he hasn't really done much. And so this is him starting to step forward. I gave this a B.
The line I laughed out loud about because it was great. It was great in a terrible way. Like it was perfect. Buff is feeling good about his possible match time with Lex because he is Buff
Mhm.
and they are in Buffalo. And I was like, that's great. It's stupid. We liked that. It's stupid and it's great. And it's good. It's good for Buff because Buff is kind of goofy, right? That's his angle. And we liked it. I also like our next match, Joseph.
Mhm.
Because we got Dino Malenko and we got Prince Iakea, who we haven't seen in a while, but we think he's pretty good. 3 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero actually joins us on commentary, and he continues to trash
Yeah, he
everyone in the
does.
ring, which is fantastic. Malenko does eventually win this with the clover leaf, and now it looks like the feud for Eddie Guerrero is going to be Eddie versus Dean, which we love. I think this has some really fun swerves in it, which not in the uh, uh, fucking what's his name, stupid Vince Russo swerve way, but like in an actually
That's
good
true, right?
swerve way. So I like this. I'm excited for where this is going to go. Gave this a B.
Speaking of swerves, we got the Nitro Girl swerving all over the commentary table. Mm, 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 mm. And Bobby is playfully pervy, which is better than Jerry being just pervy.
Yeah.
And because Bobby just says, "You'll never hear me complain about the working conditions in the WCW," which made me laugh. But again, like they're attractive women. That's the
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do this in a you can highlight their beauty without being creepy about it, and I think Bobby did that.
Well,
So
and
good job, Bobby.
also the joke is making fun of himself because he always complains about the working conditions in WCW.
Yes,
That's the joke.
that's why he's the brain, bro.
Yeah.
That's why he's the brain. We also got some Buffalo Bills in the audience. I didn't write down who they were because I don't know who they were, but they are apparently Bills and they were famous. Did you write them down?
I didn't write down who the other one was, but Jim Kelly is very famous. Bills, Bills Mafia, I believe is what their fan base is called. They
Yes.
are all about Jim Kelly. They love to talk about him. And I'm just gonna leave that there.
Okay. Actually, one of my neighbors is a big Bills fan. He always wears a Bills hat on, and he actually likes wrestling, and he's talked about listening to the pod. So I probably just insulted him, and he's gonna come beat me up now because I didn't know who Jim
Well,
Kelly is.
if that was an insult, just give it a minute.
Okay, well, let's talk about the Kevin Nash promo. There's a Kevin Nash promo. Tell me about the Kevin Nash promo, Joseph.
Yeah, Nash says that he is the true giant, and it's not who is the biggest, but who is the best. I actually like that. I think it makes some sense. He tells Giant he'll face him at Starrcade. He calls him one-dimensional and that he no longer has the choke slam, which again is the story, but they keep walking away from it and then coming back to it. And then right after that, we roll right into Mean Gene interviewing the Giant. I combine these two because it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
Giant
fair.
says, look, I am one-dimensional. You've got me on that. But that's why I have a surprise. The choke slam. What?
Yeah,
What? This is
yeah, it's
I liked Nash's stuff. I didn't like Giant stuff, so I'm giving it a right down the middle C. Um, look, we they did the whole storyline of like, look, he's got the choke slam, that's his move. We got rid of it by breaking his hand. The storyline is it's so obvious. You can't use the choke slam, so you have to develop another move. The jackknife makes a lot of sense, but it could be any move. It could be any other move that is not the choke slam, and that move will help him win. Instead, they keep having him hit choke slams with a broken hand. So what's the point of the broken hand?
yeah.
It makes no sense. It's whatever. Anyways, yeah, I gave it a C. I wasn't in love with it, but I did like some of the stuff that Nash did.
Do a power bomb, and
Yeah.
then it's the battle of the power bombs. That's what we want. It's right there. It's so obvious. Do a power bomb. Come on. Nothing can fix this, Joseph. Nothing can fix this except the Nitro Girls. And then, we get a match. We get Chris Benoit working his way through the entire flock, and now we get Lodi
Mhm.
or Lodi.
Lodi, yeah.
Yeah, because Lodi's a place, but Lodi is a person. Tell
Mhm.
me about it, Joseph. Oh, should I give you time?
Sure.
It's like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not long.
Benoit absolutely destroys Lodi. I mean, it's really kind of a waste of a match. It's like this is the first time we've seen this guy wrestle, and Benoit just destroys him. Then Benoit grabs a mic, and I am not making a joke here. Says, Raven, you complain about abuse and being a victim. Step into the ring with the crippler and find out what being abused and a victim is really about. He says that. I'm not making a joke. I gave this a
Mm.
C. Yeah, that was a hard one to listen to. I was like, oh, okay.
In the moment, great. In hindsight, not a not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Hour number 2. And we started off hot with Mean Gene and Rick, the Nature Boy Flair. Woo! Tell me about it, Joseph.
Yeah, Gene says the world loves the Nature Boy, although I can assume that a specific bar and a flight attendant do not. Anyways,
Mm.
Flair challenges Hennig to a cage match. Not making light of that, by the way. Those things sucked. Those are horrible. Just so we're clear. Anyways, Flair challenges Hennig to a cage match. I had to say that because, like, oh, I just realized I kind of just made light of that. And the
Yeah, well, of
funniest
course,
thing,
it goes without saying.
yeah,
Uh, those are bad things that Flair did. They're just outrageous, which is
yes,
kind of why it's like they're horrible, but yet it's like, what the hell?
yeah. Uh, so he challenges Hennig to a cage match, and the funniest thing is he has his promo talking points written on his hand. You can see them. There's a
Mhm.
moment where he does like this or something like that, and you could see the writing on his hand. Made me chuckle. Gene then asks Ric Flair about Bret Hart and the possibility that he is joining the NWO, which the NWO said a few weeks ago was happening. Flair says that the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be is the Nature Boy. And comparing Bret to himself, is like comparing John Elway to Jim Kelly. So Jim Kelly was the quarterback that was in the stands, and this is why you needed to know that, Scott. This is the guy that they were talking about, was that guy, right? So he's saying
There you go. There you go.
that Bret Hart is John Elway and he is Jim Kelly. That's the comparison. This would age very poorly in 1 month when John Elway would win the first of his back-to-back Super Bowls, and Jim Kelly infamously has not only never won one, lost 4 in a row. So that's the guy that Bills fans hold in such high reverence. That guy. Anyways, gang, gave it a C.
He took it to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
I mean, they got there.
Yeah.
So,
But not
credit
one.
where credit's due.
Not one.
Yeah, he got him there. So,
at some point, pay the refs like something.
Right. That's a good point. Gotta see what the going right now because clearly the Chiefs aren't paying them anymore.
Yeah.
So the market seems to be open. So maybe the Bills will slip a couple bucks under the door at the refs and just see what happens, man.
I don't know. Josh Allen's not been playing well, and like the whole Bills fan base is like turning on him, which is wild.
Just get rid of him. Just get rid of him.
Wild. Like, guys, people are allowed to slump. It's all right.
This, as you know, you disagree with me because you say every year of football is a bad year. But I feel like this is a particularly bad year of football. No one's playing well. They're all garbage.
The reason I disagree with you is because every year you tell me this. And I say, because you're just learning more is the problem, is you're learning more. So you're understanding how much worse it actually is. It is a bad product. It is a bad on-field product. It has been for like 15 years. It has been a bad product.
Joseph has forced me into a fantasy football league against my will, which is forcing me to now learn the game. And I've learned that I don't like the game. So
now you're in my hell because I also don't like the game.
Yeah. It's like, ugh. But what I do like is our next match.
Whoa. What a transition.
Right? I'm on fire. We've got Randy Savage and we've got Hugh Morris for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And I'm not being facetious. The Hugh Morris, despite his personal issues, is a pretty good in-ring performer.
Yes.
And we've got the Macho Man. So this is going to be good. Tell me, Joseph.
Yeah, Morris is very aggressive to start this match, even choking Mach with his own shirt. Jim Kelly beats up on Mach too outside the ring. So at least that's one thing he can beat. Anyway, Savage eventually hits the elbow, but stops his own pin. I actually don't care, but it was right there. Savage eventually hits the elbow, but stops his own pin. He hits another elbow and again stops his own pin. Then he punches referee Charles Robinson. I'm going to put a pin in Charles Robinson. We'll come back to that in a second.
Okay.
He goes back up for another elbow, but the lights go out. We can make out with the flashing cameras, and something that you probably would never see happen today because flashing cameras isn't the same thing anymore. You can make out that Sting is in the ring and Scorpion Death drops Savage. It's really quite a cool image. The lights come back on, and Savage is knocked out with a Sting mask on. I gave this a B. It is a no contest. Both men, or it's a draw, but it's a lot of fun, and it's adding to the Sting mystique. So I said earlier that, we're going to see Sting kind of do this throughout the night, and there's going to be some wins and misses. This is a win. This is 100% a win. There is a miss coming. But anyway, so yeah, I gave this a B. Do you want to talk about this before I talk about Charles Robinson?
Just real quick, just to reiterate your point of the Sting moment it was really cool. It was a really iconic moment with all the flashing lights and you could see it kind of going on. Mm-hmm. Really cool.
Yes.
Talk about Charles Robinson.
So Charles Robinson, also known as Little Nate, that's a nickname that he will get later on in WCW because he's got the iconic Nature Boy kind of hair and still has that hair to this day. He is still a referee to this day. I don't know if he's the head official, but he's one of the major players as referees go in WWE. Me and my brother Matthew love Charles Robinson. We have loved this guy because it's like he got that due, and he said, "I'm never looking back," and I love it. Like I love anybody who really is themselves, and this dude is himself. And so, anyways, so you know this. I took my nephew to go to his very first WWE event last night. We went to go see SmackDown, and he was just, I mean, grinning ear to ear. He was like, because we swerved him, bro. We told him we were going out to dinner. And so we took him into like, and we had like, I had excuses for everything because like we had to go to a parking garage in Austin, and he was like, why are we paying for parking? Like, where are we going? And I was like, you never parked in the city, bro. You have to pay for parking. Like you don't park in a city and not pay for parking, which is a legit thing. And so he was like, oh, I didn't know that. And then we get to the event. Matthew tosses him his Jey Uso shirt, his Yeet shirt. He's all of a sudden he realizes what's happening. We get through security, we get into the venue, and there's all these wrestling fans around. He's just grinning ear to ear. He's so super happy. So we're watching these matches, and one of the matches, Charles Robinson is refereeing in, and he counts 1, 2, and at 2.99999. Dude kicks out. And it was the dude that clearly the fans wanted to win. I want to say it was the Ilya Dragunov Carmelo Hayes match. I think that was the match. Anyways, we were all rooting for Carmelo Hayes, though Ilya Dragunov is a great wrestler himself. Anyways, so he and like my nephew is getting into this. Like he is all the chants, he's chanting, he's screaming. He was getting mad at hype packages. I mean, he was like so into this thing. And it was this cool moment where like I was seeing the thing that I never got to have as a kid in my nephew, which was like, you love this product, go enjoy this product and just be happy in it. And so it's really cool, this cool thing. So we're watching and he goes, 1, 2, 2.999. There's the kick out. And I think it's Carmelo Hayes does not get the win because of it. And people start booing because they're booing the ref and saying, this ref sucks, because, they blame him for the reason that the kickout happened.
Yeah.
And my nephew starts going, this ref sucks. And me and my brother turned to him and we said, no. We in this household, we do not disrespect Charles Robinson. That does not happen. And he was like, oh, okay.
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should.
So that's my long-winded story for Charles Robinson.
Yeah, Charles Robinson will be involved, as we just saw in in another infamous pay-per-view match after Starrcade. Because he's the rev in that one.
Yeah.
We just saw him. So yeah. So we'll be talking about Charles Robinson for a while because there's he's in WCW and he gets to be there for all of their mistakes.
It'd be fun to learn how he transitioned to WWF and then E, because obviously like a lot of those WCW guys, like they were looked down upon to come over, right? So it'd be interesting to I really wish he'd like make a book or something, because it'd be interesting to hear like how did he get over that hurdle, because he's still not only doing it to this day, like he becomes one of their big players as far as referees go. So that'd just be interesting to hear.
Well, Joseph, I have a surprise for you. Charles is going to join us right now.
Oh my Lord, dude, it's a swerve.
Not only is it a swerve, it's a swerve of a swerve, bro, because he's not here. After that, Eric Bischoff and Rick Rude come to commentary because they're very upset about the lights keep going out and their guys getting beat up. And they say, these guys are the WCW commentators. They know what's going on. Yeah. What? Tell me about Joseph. What is going on?
So the weirdest thing is, I don't have these in my notes, but I know I wrote about them, which is weird. But I do remember this. I just watched this yesterday. So basically, oh no, I do. I just have it labeled wrong. Oh, thank God, I have here.
Gotcha.
Ooh. I swerved you there. Yes, they come to commentary, and Rude calls them the three monkeys: see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. He says the NWO knows better than that, and they also know that WCW is the ones turning out the lights, and that Tony Schiavone himself is in on it, which is giving Tony Schiavone way too much credit. He says, you better pray it doesn't happen again, because if it does, they, being commentary, will be taken out. And then he forces each one of them to be the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil by doing like either cover their mouth, their eyes, or their ears. And what the funniest part is, the last one is to cover their ears only because he did it out of order because see no evil, evil, hear no evil, but he did it see no evil, speak no evil, which made me laugh because he's the one who created this and he fucked it up. So anyways,
Yeah.
But Bobby the Brain clearly is seeing what's going on. So before he even gets to Bobby the Brain's already covering his ears. And I laughed out loud because I was just like, don't ever change, Bobby. Don't ever change.
It's good heel work. It's good heel work. Yeah. He's being a weasel. If I dare.
Yeah.
If I dare.
Well, someone
But
has
going
to
back to
because
Charles-
WCW hates us and took our boy away from us.
Bro, could you imagine that? See, we've been saying Mongo should be on commentary, but it really should be Lee Marshall, Bobby, and Mike Tenay. That would be the perfect matchup.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, but if we can't have that, I'll take Mongo and Bobby because they were building a good good rapport.
Yeah.
We liked it. But I will go back to Charles Robinson real fast and just tell everybody, Charles, if you're listening, big fan of the pod, come on the show.
Yeah,
Love to have you.
Absolutely.
Love to talk through your history as one of the most famous refs of all time. We know your name, so you're famous. You know, I mean, he's up there in the pantheon of famous referees.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, he's up there with Nick Patrick and Earl and all those guys. You know. But anyways, let's move on. WCW World Television Championship match. We got Perry Saturn. We got Disco Inferno, and we got about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Tell me.
I got one line on this. Disco steals the Stone Cold Stunner as his finisher and beats Perry Saturn with it. What the fuck?
The Chart Buster. Yeah, that's what it's called. And yeah, why did Disco win? We don't
Makes
need
no
a title
sense.
on him.
Yeah.
I guess the fans seem to like him though. I mean, when he comes out dancing, they're all about it. So I don't know, man.
I don't know. They kind of turn on him after the whole Jacqueline thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
They said we don't know which bathroom you're going into.
Yeah.
And then 20 years they used him as an excuse as to why they don't want transgender rights.
Oh, wow.
Were you offended by the joke or the reality of it?
We're just getting real here. This isn't Raw, you know? It's not time to get real and raw. That's the next program. I've got to save this. I got to save this, and I got to save this in the only way I know how. And that's with a Nitro Party video.
Nah.
Oh,
All it does
because
is
it's not Lee Marshall.
Yeah, just tell us what we missed. Yeah.
Yeah. They're having a Nitro Party again. It reminds me that Lee Marshall is not on this anymore because of that. Such a missed opportunity of having Lee Marshall at these Nitro parties and just being increasingly debauched would just be hilarious to me. Just like Lee Marshall just going hard at these Nitro parties. It's the Attitude Era, bro. They need to bring in,
You could do it at this time.
Yeah, why not? They see what's going on WWF and say, we got to do that too with Lee Marshall. That's going to be our...
Absolutely.
He's our Stone Cold. He's
just
going to
offering
bring us into the
mustache rides to everybody, and you're just like,
oh
Jesus
my God,
Christ, dude.
We're not going that far.
You said debauchery.
I didn't say a porno. This is on television. People are watching. Children are watching this. I'm moving on. I don't even have a segue anymore because I'm just so horrified. Lex Luger versus Buff Bagwell for 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Bagwell leaves the ring and Luger starts fighting Vincent and Scott Norton. Instead of this being a DQ, which should have happened, Luger gets counted out for some reason and Bagwell celebrates the win. I gave this a C. Here's why I don't like this. And I don't hate it. Well, it is dumb. But you've been spending the whole night, anytime there's been an NWO guy in the ring, lights go out and Sting beats them up. This should have been the same thing. Why didn't it happen?
Well, because Lex and Sting aren't friends anymore, And that's why Sting has turned Crow Sting because of an easily solved misunderstanding. Which every time I just think about how dumb the Crow Sting angle really is.
Yeah.
And it takes me out of it every time. It's a phone call. It's
Yeah.
all it would take for this not to have happened. It blows my mind that they didn't put Lex in NWO. That's a betrayal that forces Crow Sting. Not the like, oh, I accidentally hit you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Well, at least DDP and Scott Hall can save us. 8 minutes. It's gotta be good, right? It's DDP and Scott Hall. This is a dream match.
Well, I don't mean to burst your bubble here, but it is good. It's actually quite good.
Oh,
Scott Hall
yeah.
takes his survey. Easily, this is the match of the night for the for WCW until the NWO interfere and ruin it, beating up
Yeah.
DDP. They stand tall in the ring when dummy Sting drops from the ceiling through the ring again. Hogan taunts it and he wants to slap it around. They pull out the dummy, which is clearly no longer a dummy, but I like what they're doing, so I'm not criticizing it. Hogan leaves the ring because Hogan won't look bad with what's about to happen, and then Sting gets up and beats up everyone in the NWO except for Hogan. It's a B for me. It is fun. We said this is what they should have done. They did it. I'm not going to criticize them for it, but it is a little bit comical because, to their credit, to try to make it work, they put a Sting mask on him and a wig, so it looks like fake hair when they pull him out. And he ragdolls himself. He does, so that it looks like he's kind of a dummy. But when they put him up on the ropes, the wig and the mask fall off, so it's clearly Sting, and they just roll with it, and it's just funny. Like, it is like, you can't make fun of them for it. It's just a funny situation to be in.
Yeah, it's dumb, but it's also like, yeah, maybe that's the moment when you guys should have reacted. Like sometimes you gotta call an audible in the moment. Just like and just be like, oh yeah, that's Sting. Because I do like the Hogan stuff where he's, where he's a coward, right?
Yeah.
Like where he talks a good game, but then when it actually push comes to shove, like he's out of there. Like I
Yeah.
do kind of like that stuff. He's like, no, you guys got this. You guys got this, right? I mean, that's a good way of keeping him strong for the pay-per-view, right? But it's also like, we know, we know, we know, and it just makes me sad. But what doesn't make me sad is Raw, because I'm liking it more than WCW, although that does make me sad. I just can't win. December 8th, 1997, the Civic Center in Portland, Maine, we got Jerry. We got Kevin Kelly and Michael Cole?
Yeah.
Where's Jim Ross?
Don't
What
know.
the hell? What the hell? Uh, anyways, this is the night after In Your House 19, I think it is, D Generation X. Really, the only thing you have to know is that Owen is back. He is the DX hunter, and that's how we start the night.
Yeah.
We got Vince to get it going with Stone Cold Steve Austin. What?
Vince
What,
has a
Owen?
special announcement. That's what they tee it up. They go, Vince has a special announcement, and Vince McMahon comes out, not to his iconic music yet because he doesn't have it. Vin Man gets booed for the very first time live. This has not happened to him because now people think he is a
We know.
sellout, which, like, he's the one who pays the check. So how is he the sellout?
That's a good point.
I'm just saying it doesn't quite work, but he says that he feels Stone Cold has gotten away with murder lately. No, that's Chris Benoit. He outlines him attacking officials and refs and announcers. So he demands that he defend his IC title tonight against The Rock, and Austin's music hits and he comes out. He says, let me see if I got this straight. You ordered Steve Austin to do something. Well, let me tell you something right now. Steve Austin does what he wants when he wants. I don't give a rat's ass who you are. Vin Man says, I'll tell you who I am. I'm the proud owner of the World Wrestling Federation. This is the first time Vin Man has used this in an angle and not as a PSA. He has done it before in PSAs where it's like,
Yeah.
the steroid scandal was a big one. Other things, someone died, whatever. He has acknowledged his ownership. But this is the first time in a storyline that has happened. He tells him that he is Austin's boss. And then Austin says, that don't impress me one bit. And frankly, I don't give a damn. Vin Man says you might just give a damn about the consequences of not defending tonight. And Austin wants to know what those consequences are, but Vin Man doesn't want to get into it, which I do think is kind of a miss. Well, let me tell you something. You talk about your consequences like you're some kind of big shot. Stone Cold's got his own consequences. Anybody wants to see Vince McMahon get his ass whipped, give me a hell yeah. And the crowd cheers because they don't know yet. You're supposed to shout back hell yeah, but they'll get there. In case you didn't hear them, they said, oh, hell yeah, which they did not say, but I get it. He's making it a thing.
He's telling them that's what you need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vince is mad about the language, and Austin's like, you're right, I should apologize. But Austin wants to focus on the consequences and says he's going to take his ass backstage, pop a top off a beer, probably eat a hot dog or two. But when he comes back, somebody is going to get their ass whooped. It might be you, Jim Ross. It might be a little striped shirt ref. And you are damn well sure it might be you, meaning Vince McMahon. Austin leaves, and these two already have elite chemistry. I gave this an A.
And that brings us to our main event. The Karate Fighters Final. Which is Jerry the King Lawler versus Sonny. And Jerry wins. But wait, Joseph. But wait. It turns out Jerry cheated.
How did he do that?
He stuck his little man on the thingy. And it's a DQ. Sonny wins.
You know, this is the exact same thing they did last year.
Yeah, but it's... It doesn't matter.
Exact same people, exact same story.
Did they
just replay it? Yeah.
It might be the video. Yeah. It's great. We love it. We love it. And that does it for us. Good night, guys.
Bye, guys.
Just kidding. There's more. We get a recap of the Outlaws, the Godwins, and LOD because they were all involved in the match last night. It was an New Age Outlaws versus LOD match that the Godwins, for some God unknown reason, got involved in. And that leads us to our next match, which is the Godwins versus Legion of Doom. And I think I do have times for this. Actual times. No, I don't. I lied. I have times for all the other matches, but the people that do the Wrestling Wiki website said, I don't care what's man. So I actually did not take a time on this one because I assumed they would do it for me. So I have no idea. This match could still be going on today, Joseph. Tell me.
Well, the good news is it's not. The New Age Outlaws accompany the Godwins to the ring, but it doesn't matter because Kane attacks LOD. That is kind of a swerve, bro. Rock shows his resilience by eating a pile driver and a choke slam, but is finally downed by the tombstone. The New Age Outlaws, after Kane leave, attack Hawk, but Animal clears them out with a chair. Now, this is a weird thing. I gave this a B. This segment, it's a B. Yeah. I love the Kane stuff. It's a lot of fun. And then they do this really quick transition where we go to commercial. We come back. New Age LOD has left the ring. Godwins have left the ring. It's, they're all gone. But New Age Outlaws are still there, and they're on the mic. And they cut a promo, and Road Dogg says they have no more competition in tag team wrestling, so what should they do? They decided to sing a tune dedicated to the dinosaurs in wrestling, the OLD, which I love, and they sing na 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 na, hey, 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 goodbye. He says the only thing left for them to do, though, is to go into singles competition, and they challenge anyone in the back to face Billy Gunn. And then Dude Love's music hits, and he answers the call. Yeah. We get a competitive match, but Dude Love hits the underhook DDT for the win. Road Dogg attacks Dude Love with a steel chair with a nasty shot to the head. This gets a B. And you might be thinking to yourself, this is kind of random. It actually is setting up a storyline, and we'll get there in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and that match, because I do have a time, was 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So there you go. I mean, we love Dude Love.
Yeah.
We love Mick Foley. It was fun. And post-match, they beat up on Dude Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets, I think it's famousered, although I don't know if they're calling it that yet, onto the belts. It's rough. It's yeah. Yeah. After that, we get Taka Michinoku and JR teaching him a little bit of that English because he's the light heavyweight champion, so he needs to speak English.
Yeah. Well, before that, we have a quick segment where The Rock gets interviewed. The Rock says he doesn't blame Austin for his indecisiveness. He says he will be champ again, the people's champ, the best damn Intercontinental champion there ever was. Gave it a C. It's very simple. But then, yes, we do get the Jim Cornette and Taka thing. So Jim Cornette interviews Taka Michinoku. Jim Cornette says Taka has learned English from JR. We see a video of JR teaching him the phrase slobber knocker. Jim Cornette wants to show, which is just great, by the way. Jim Cornette wants to show us the first challenger, but Jerry the King Lawler interrupts, calling Taka a thief and says, if he doesn't speak our language, you don't deserve to be our champion. So Taka says, you jackass, which the crowd loves, but Jerry wants to throw down. Jim Cornette, though, introduces the challenger, who is El Unico. El Unico and Taka are ready to beat up Jerry, but Unico attacks Taka, and it's actually Brian Christopher. It's a swerve, bro!
Oh! I don't hate this.
I don't actually. No, it's fun. They spike pile drive Taka, then pile drive him twice more. As we head to commercial, we do see Austin eating his hot dogs backstage, and I laughed about that. I gave this a B. It's a lot of fun.
Austin is so good.
Yeah.
Does he come up with this stuff? Because it's so simple, but also just kind of hilarious. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, I liked the talk. I kind of like this Taka Brian Christopher rivalry. I thought this was clever. There were some Asian jokes from Jerry that I didn't approve of. But other than that, I thought that this segment was pretty good. I liked it. I'm kind of in now. I'm like, all right, Brian Christopher, you earned, you got the trial by fire last night where you got busted open and wrestled the whole match. I'm like, Brian, I'm all right with you.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Tell me more, Brian. After that, we get a recap of Shawn Michaels destroying the entire Hart family. Because they really want to keep driving that. They want to keep sticking the finger in that wound. Joseph, do you want to talk about this?
No, it's just a vignette. There's nothing to go into.
Okay. Then we'll move on to our match of the night, frankly. Flash Funk versus Kurgan.
Yes.
What? What is this?
Yeah.
And it's 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Tell me, Joseph.
Kurgan is formerly known as the Interrogator. Now he's Kurgan the Interrogator. The Jackal has started to rename his faction. Kurgan hits a claw slam.
Reason.
Yes. He hits a claw slam. That's what I'm calling it because I haven't really seen it done before. It's the claw, right, where you claw someone's head, and then he just picks him up and he slammed him down. He keeps the claw locked in and wins via submission. Meh, it gets a D.
So there you go. There you go. I don't know. I don't know. But then the thing is, Joseph. Oh, actually, I'm actually reading my notes here, and you missed something.
Nothing that important if it's in that match.
Oh, it's very important. Kurgan, you're right. Kurgan gets the win, but then he won't release the hold.
Yeah.
Which reverses the decision.
Oh.
Yes. And then the Truth Commission comes in and is like, hey, bro, like, stop. And he won't stop. He's a maniac. He's a crazy man, Joseph. What storytelling? What storytelling?
That is the right sentence. What storytelling?
Damn. Speaking of storytelling, we get some stills from the World Heavyweight title match from last night, just still images, because you've got to pay to watch the pay-per-view when it re-airs on Wednesday or whenever they do it. So just stills, you don't get the whole thing. Just get a taste, you get a tease. And much like that, if you want to hear what happened, you gotta go on our Patreon. It's $2 a month.
$2 a month.
Damn. And Shamrock, I'm not giving away the finish here of the World Heavyweight Championship between Shawn Michaels and Ken Shamrock. But Shamrock is still mad about last night. Because that's our next thing. Joseph, do you have any comments about Shamrock here?
No, I do not. He's just mad, and that's it.
He
But
is mad.
we do move right into DX, and that is a lot of fun.
We do. Tell us. Segue.
So we have a table, like just a real simple folding table, like just 4 sides, very simple. Nothing, not a
Mhm.
wrestling table,
Mhm.
simple folding table in the ring, with some chairs around it. And DX come out. Triple H taunts Sergeant Slaughter, who he did beat last night. Then HBK says Ken Shamrock found out he is not quite dangerous enough to take the Heartbreak Kid. He says he schooled Shamrock. He then says Owen tried to rain on their parade, but everyone knows that DX has destroyed the Hart family. He calls them a big, huge, nasty, smelly, smoking, stinking turd. They decided to flush that turd once and for all. But you ever notice that when it all goes down, but one small little nugget comes back up to the surface? He calls Owen Hart that nugget. He says he will sit there in the ring until someone drags Owen Hart out here. So they decide to sit down and play poker. But China suggests instead of playing for money, it should be strip poker. So they all sit down and the DOA come out because they have their match coming up. We head to commercial and we come back, and DX has taken their game respectfully outside of the ring so the matches can still take place.
Good for them.
This will roll into our match, but I'm giving this whole segment an A. Shawn is fantastic here, and DX is unhinged for the rest of the night.
Yeah, Shawn promises us nudity. He
Yes.
says they will do strip poker as long as it takes, including full nudity.
Yes.
And I appreciate the commitment. They're trying to get a good guy DX. First of all, get out of the ring, like you say, for our next match, which they frankly shouldn't, because it's Disciples of the Apocalypse versus Los Boricuas again. But also giving the people what they want, full nudity, because that's what we want from Shawn. We want to see it all.
Yes. Yes.
But let's get into our next match, because WWF pulled a WCW here, and they're giving us a match we just watched and didn't particularly like at the pay-per-view.
Yes.
4 minutes, 45 seconds, Joseph. Tell me about it.
Yeah, this match isn't interesting, but what is that at ringside, the strip poker game has Jack Daniels and cigars. And Shawn keeps losing each hand. He is horrible at poker and loses every single hand. Eventually, Savio Vega helps his stable win. He helps them win by stealing a win, and then they leave. I gave that a C, but man, what DX is doing is a lot of fun. We go to commercial. We come back. DX is back in the ring now with their table. So they're just moving the table back and forth during commercial breaks. And Shawn is now down to his boxers. He is
and
losing quick.
China has lost nothing.
Yes. I think Triple H has lost his shirt.
Yeah.
China's lost nothing, and Shawn is almost completely butt naked. They flip, the Headbangers come out. They apparently have a match scheduled. They don't like what's going on, so they flip the table over. So DX attacked them and assisted powerbomb Thrasher through the table. HBK is actually particularly great here because he realizes the table is too far and adjusts it to make sure that it is safe. As Shawn is mocking everyone and DX is attacking the Headbangers and doing that, Owen runs in from the crowd and starts attacking Shawn Michaels. Takes Triple H a moment to realize this, but when he does, Owen just bolts to the crowd again. This is fantastic. This is a great storyline. Go with this storyline. Please don't stop this storyline, which they will stop it. But right now, it gets an A from me.
It's fantastic. It's what we want. And then we get a vignette to buy the replay of the pay-per-view, because if you like what you saw, You get more of it at the pay-per-view. You also get it on our Patreon, which is only how much, Joseph?
$2 a month.
$2 a month, and you feed 2 starving white boys in America.
Ah,
Uh,
well,
well, white
one and
boy
a
and
half.
half white.
Yeah, one and a half.
Half white
Yeah.
boy. Yeah. And I mean Croatian over here. Mark. Anyways, Jeff Jarrett versus Vader is next. I don't hate it, but then I do. So tell me about it, Joseph, for 40 seconds.
Yes. Goldust and Luna Vachon come out, and Goldust flashes Vader, who chases him and loses on a countout, making Jarrett 2-0. I gave this a D.
Yeah. Again, this isn't a terrible idea that Jeff Jarrett kind of keeps winning on technicalities. I don't hate it. But I hate I hate the new Goldust character, so I hate it. It's
I
just
hate
that
it
simple.
because we're already doing it with New Age Outlaws. So you can't do it with another person. Like WCW could do it because no one's doing it in WCW, but we're doing it in WWF.
Hear me out. Jeff Jarrett joins New Age Outlaws.
Hate it. Don't love it.
Oh, yeah. I was just
real quick, get out of that one.
It's done. Just out of there, huh? Just out of there. All right.
You know,
okay.
him
okay.
and Road Dogg were already together, and I didn't love it.
That's a good point. Speaking of things I don't love, man, we're kind of turding out here. Salvatore Sinceri, what? He's still around? Versus Mark Marrow. And is this our main event?
No. Well, yes. Yes and no. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Explain this to me.
Okay. This is not booked as our main event, but it kind of is our main event. Marrow says last night he mopped the mat with Butterball. He then says he is irritated that Vince McMahon has him wrestling a jobber and calls Sal Sinceri Tom Brandy his real name. He then brings out the new and improved Sable, and she is wearing literally a burlap sack. It's a potato sack. He makes her disrobe him, but instead, while he's turned away from her, she disrobes herself, and she is in a very skimpy bikini. So when he realized this, he covers her up, and Tom Brandy drop kicks him out of the ring. Marrow drags Sable to the back, and Tom Brandy wins via countout.
My goodness.
Yeah, get to see.
Yeah. 46 seconds, by the way, that match in total.
The whole point of this is so that way we can see Sable in a bikini. That is it.
If you can call it a bikini.
Yeah.
Because it's hanging on for dear life. That bikini. My God. I know. We know the demographics of our listeners.
Yes.
We know that they're mostly men. So I assume all of them have clicked off now and are furiously Googling Sable bikini on
not when it comes to Sable. That's not what they're looking up.
Oh,
she did like multiple Playboy spreads. That's what they're looking up.
You know, leave something to the imagination, man. Some of our folks like to dream. All right. Anyways, after that, we get our main event.
Kind of.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me about it, Joseph.
So Vin Man is at ringside with many officials. He's waiting for Austin and The Rock to be the match that is going to finish the night. Austin arrives in jeans and a shirt. Vin Man is confused and says, "Looks like you aren't ready to wrestle." But Austin says, "Yeah, I can, but I have my hot dogs and a couple of Steve Weisers." First time he's called that. But he decided to not wrestle and wants to know the consequences. So Vin Man says he won't fire him, but he will strip him of the title and give it to The Rock. Austin says, "Then take it from my hands and I'll knock your damn teeth out." But he's only interested in one belt at this point, the WWF Championship belt. Austin decides to forfeit the IC title because he doesn't want it anymore, but wants a handshake from The Rock. The two men shake hands, and then Austin stunners him. He says, DTA, don't trust anyone, says he has plans for the belt, and you got to tune in next week. Same Stone Cold time, same Stone Cold channel. Austin hits the ropes, bouncing back and forth off the ropes, and accidentally knocks Vin Man off the apron in a funny spot. This is intentional but accidental. And Vin Man is furious that Austin had the unmitigated gall to almost put his hands on him, but knock him off the ropes.
Yeah.
This is great. Gets an A from me. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Good way to end the night. Even though our main event was technically Salvatore Sinceri versus Mark Merrow for 46 seconds.
Right.
Did this make up for it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's good fun. It's Austin being Austin. We love to see it. Who won the Monday Night Wars this week, though? Because some of these matches weren't great on WWF, but did they win?
Yeah, storytelling was still better, though. The matches, you're right. The matches were not as good. Like, if you were just going match to match, they weren't as good, but the storytelling was more interesting.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing, isn't it? We like storytelling, and the stories are better over on WWF. I'm going to agree with you, although it pains me every time to say it. Because I love me some WCW. And in hindsight, I don't. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.